it's Roni, and welcome to the 12 Days of Christmas and Mixed Media Frenzy. This is the layout that we're going to scrap lift today and use as our inspiration. Mine is definitely not going to have the same colors because it's 12 Days of Christmas. And I'm going to scrap these two pictures that were taken night before last of two of my grandkids in front of the tree. And one of them's got a blue mouth. You will see it in the pictures. And that one I am going to put Dear Santa, Define Good right above his picture, although he wasn't being mischievous or anything when he ended up with the blue mouth. I'm just going to put it on there so when he gets older and he can read, he'll be wondering about it. I'm using my gelatos on the background, and I kind of leave the middle empty because I figure, I'm always the more kind of person. Only I'm going to have some gaps, so I'll have to go back in later and fill in the little gaps in between things. However, I will add more after that, and I probably wouldn't have had to. And my idea behind my mixed media on this one is they're sitting in front of the Christmas tree and the lights are glowing. And I was going for the glow of the lights, not the lights actually, but the glow of the lights behind the pictures and all the other stuff that I'm going to end up putting on here. And since I'm using that bright green, you're probably thinking that I'm using Doodlebug, but I'm not. I'm using Echo Park Santa's Workshop. And no, I take it back. It is not Echo Park, it is Cartabella. I had that stuff in my hands. I should know. You can feel it. It feels different. And the texture just really makes a huge difference on the print too, because I've seen some prints that was actually the Echo Park side, and they were the exact same print that they used on the Cartabella, but it looked so much better on the Cartabella. My gelatos didn't really have a blue that I was looking for. It had a teal, and it had one that kind of sort of looked blue, but then it looked lavender. And when I put it on, it looked even more lavender. So I tried to add some teal to it to see if that would help. No, it did not help. So I went ahead and pulled out some watercolors, and that blue is perfect. If you look at the pictures, they both have jeans on, and Hope has a blue shirt on, and of course Jason has his blue mouth. And I was tempted to use these watercolors to start with. Only I was wondering if, I should have just sampled it to see how dark it would actually look. And I thought, well, if I got a light hand, it might look better. Someone have a light hand. So I tried to just do it enough where it would show up. And then after a little bit, I thought, well, it seems to be drying pretty good. So I added a little bit more here and there. It seems like I'm using a lot more blue this Christmas season than I normally do, but I'm liking it. And I thought about adding some stars because Hope's shirt had stars on there, so it gave me that impression. But then I decided, no, that I had enough on my layout. I needed to quit, as the saying goes, while I was ahead. But while I was FaceTiming Malachi and, trying to get him to laugh out loud, I got lots of giggles and, grunts and wiggles. Oh my goodness, he was just a wiggle worm. But he didn't laugh out loud. He's probably a little young to do that, but I love it when they do that. Anyway, I talked to Reagan right after him for a little while, and she was telling me that she was depressed that morning. And so Erin made her chicken and dumplings for supper that night. And she says, oh, they were so good. She said, I ate my bowl. And she said, and all I could think of later was how good they were. She said, I went back for a second bowl. She said, I shouldn't have. She said, now I'm too full. But chicken and dumplings is a hard thing to resist. Anyway, I was telling her that she was supposed to go to a function. Well, Saturday, it isn't here yet. And I told her, I said, we'll take pictures, send it to me. And she said she would. She says, you need me to take any right now? I said, we'll take a picture of the Christmas tree. I said, but make sure there's a kid underneath it. And she did. She made sure there was two different pictures and sent them to me. Now, The original inspiration piece, it looks like it has washi tape in the background, strips of it. And I have a little bit of Christmas washi tape. I have some, but like one of them, it is, oh, it's just, it's unusable. And I thought, well, I do have stickers on my sticker sheet. And then there was a strip already cut, but I will be cutting it down. And I decided to use another strip and use my punch. So I ended up giving a kind of an illusion of the same thing as she had, sort of, kind of, but hers were a lot straighter than mine. Mine are crooked. I remembered it wrong. To tell the truth, I remembered it wrong. I knew it was there. I just didn't realize it was almost straight up and down. So mine is got crisscrosses on it. And that's where the gaps come in that I mentioned earlier that I go fill in, and then I think maybe I wouldn't have had to if I just added more stuff. But, I can still see it. I'm looking at it right now. I can still see places that were white and really needed something. But I am using wet glue to put them on because of the mixed media that's on the ends. I didn't want them lifting up. I wanted them to lay flat because I plan on putting stuff on top of them. And the pictures, I am going to put the Hope's picture on foam tape. She's got more presence showing. She's kind of to the left a little bit and has more presence showing than he does. And I thought, well, I want the presence and the lights and the glow from the lights to show up too. So I put hers in the front. No other reason other than I was wanting the lights to show, because both kids could show up pretty good in both of the pictures. And since I put the first ones on and seen the gaps that I had, I thought, well, I need to add more. So I did add some more strips. And then after this is when I add some more paint on there, some more watercolors and gelatos. And I'm just cutting the strips apart. And they are all from I don't think I used any paper from anything else. I did use some other odds and ends though. Gosh, it's hard to believe that this is day 11. Yeah, day 11. Tomorrow's day 12, the last day. But be sure to look down there below to see the links to all the gals that are in the 12 Days of Christmas and all the gals that are in Mixed Media Frenzy. And you will find some down there that are in both. And you will find lots of inspiration for your Christmas layouts. And like I said, the ones that are in both, they will all be using the same sketch. And you will get to see all the difference that they do using the same sketch. So I had splattered the blue around earlier, and the more I looked at it, the more I wanted some of the green and the pink to be splattered around too. So that's what I'm doing now, is adding some splatter bits here and there. And I did cover up my photos pretty good this time. Sometimes I don't do quite as well. Oh, and I even seen some on my TV the other day. So it does go other places. But it also wipes off pretty good. But yeah, see, don't it look better with those little flicks of other colors sprinkled around there? I liked it. Now that snowman and that candy cane with the direction arrows, I fussy cut them out of 3x4 cards. And my alphas did come from Freckle Fawn. And I think I bought like 3 packages when they were having a sale once. So I got them less than they normally were, but they're so cute on the page. I like the way some of them are capital letters and some aren't. And since the font varied between the uppercase and lowercase, I decided to put them a little wonky on my page instead of putting them in straight order on there. And putting that on there kind of made the right hand side look a little more heavier, so I will add something to the left hand side just to help balance it out a little bit. And of course my cluster's a little bit to the right, but I compensated for that by adding something in the bottom left-hand corner. There will be a few things that I'm going to try out on the page and change my mind about and decide I don't want to use them after all. But then there's quite a few that I go ahead and use. And that green candy cane, I believe that might have been, oh, Chamel, maybe. I mix all my Christmas stuff together, and I usually have loads of embellishments left because I have a tendency to make a lot of mine because I do have a lot of dies for that reason because I like to make them. But yeah, this time I didn't make. I did fussy cut and and I will die cut one thing I think on here. Yeah, just one thing, but everything else is. Of course, the fussy cut took a while. I did not do that last year. A lot of my fussy cutting so far this year was from last year, but today's wasn't. Oh, sorry, I did use two dies because I used the pine branch die and I am going to use the viewfinder die. If you look there on the left, you'll see a package that says candy. Well, for a while, at least at my scrapbook store, those were all the rage. They're kind of like enamel dots, only they're cardboard, cardstock, and they shaped them dome shape, and then you'd buy these little foam pieces that were already cut round and put them underneath it and put them on your page. Well, I had like 3 packages of them, and this one is Christmas. The other 2 aren't. But I'll put them in here. Maybe I'll use them. I don't end up using them. It was a good thought to think about it, but I didn't end up using them. I am going to use the station wagon out of these puffy stickers. It's got like well, it's not a station wagon. I don't know why I thought it was a station wagon. But it's got some packages in the back end and a tree on top. And I thought, well, since there's a tree in the picture, that'll work because I was wanting to put something in the bottom left-hand corner. Now in the inspiration page, she is back. She is black in the background. She also did some stamping to go along with what she was talking about in the photos. And I think her name was Plum, Sue Plum. I kept thinking of that girl on Brady Bunch. Her last name was Plum. I knew that wasn't it. I am putting some stickers down there with the car, and they're going to say family time together. However, while I was sitting here just now, I looked and I seen the sticker laying on there that I started to use and changed my mind. There's a little round one off that sticker sheet I've got right now, and it says love. Well, it's just laying there. It's not stuck to nothing. So I put it down there too. And yeah, it barely fit, but I couldn't see any other place I wanted to put it actually because I didn't want to put it on one kid's picture or by it and not the other kid. So I thought I'd put it down there and it'd go for both of them. And look at me, I'm already on the sequins. But it's not the last thing I'm going to put on there. I was just putting them on there because, I do that thing, where if I can't think what to do next, can't make up my mind about something, I'll do something I know I'm going to do. Now, if I wasn't doing a video, I probably would have just walked away for a while and thought about it instead of putting the sequins on. But since I was doing a video, I thought I'd keep busy. Put down there below if you do that, if you walk away, if you can't think what to do next, or if you sit there and work it out really quick, or if you do something else that you know you're going to do, or what you do when you're stuck at the moment. And what I was stuck about is what to put on the other side of Jason's picture. I finally pulled out this little sticker that says, "'Tis the season to be jolly." Plus, I'm going to put one with hearts there. And I'm not going to be happy with that. So then I had to pick it up and put the viewfinder behind it. And then I'm going to tuck another branch in there with it and put them back in. And put a couple more sequins on there. And I like that better. I thought about doing the viewfinder in white and maybe painting it a couple of colors or something. But then I decided just to stick with the red. I wasn't sure how it'd turn out. I should have just tried it because I could always made another one, huh? But that's it. That's pretty much my layout. And it was a longer video than normal because I did just keep adding and adding and layering and putting all the things that I loved on top of the mixed media. And there's a 2 layout. She don't have a little cluster down in the bottom left. So, that was a little extra thing that I put on there. And there's my viewfinder. And there's Jason's blue mouth. Huh, yeah, really blue. Matches his blue jeans. And there's my cluster with the snowman. And I love that candy cane with the directional signs on it. So, of course, I did have to fussy cut it out and make it more dimensional. And there's my Freckled Fawn title, Under the Tree, because those kids are under the tree. And I thought about putting best gifts under the tree, but I decided it wasn't going to fit there, so I didn't do it. And since that snowman had black on, I was tempted, because his hat was black and his eyes and, well, the pieces of coal on him. I was tempted to add a little more black to the layout. And then I said, nah, I wasn't, that little bit was okay by itself. The wheels on the car are black. Well, the tires are black. But that's it. That's my layout. And if you leave a comment below, I'll get back with you. If you like my video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you subscribe. And those of you already are, thank you so much. But I hope you all have a happy scrappy week. Find time to scrap and do a Christmas layout. And use this sketch right here and put it in Mixed Media Frenzy on Facebook. And next week, is it? No, maybe it's the one after that. Well, anyway, there's a hop this month. I'll have to look at the dates. Thank y'all so much for watching. Bye.